Gold touching gold. How precious the symbol that binds our love. For the last 10 years of her life, my grandmother wore 2 wedding bands on her finger, hers and my grandfather's. After he died, she carried his memory always warm against her soft, wrinkled hand. This special link of love, gold touching gold, came late in life for them. It happened much earlier for Ro and me. And best of all, it was something we could share. Following our summer wedding, Ro and I moved into our first home in the late fall. I remember standing on the lawn and thinking, wonderful things will happen here in the years to come. I also thought about the 17 tall oak trees that covered the small yard. Soon we learned that once a year, the township vacuums up and trucks away the leaves raked to the side of the road. But that first year, Ro and I, both busy teaching school, missed the collection date. So we would have to rake and bag the leaves, then carry them to the town dump. The leaves were wet and covered with ice by the time we had a chance to gather them. Ro held the bags open as I scooped up and dropped in the leaves. I didn't have gloves and had to blow into my cold hands. We raked and raked. 1 bag, 5 bags, 15 bags. By the end of the day, we had 40 large, leaf-filled plastic bags leaning against the garage. We entered the house, laughing, talking about supper. We walked over to the kitchen sink to wash our hands. That's when I noticed my wedding ring was missing. When was the last time you remember having it on? Ro asked. When we were raking the leaves. It must have slipped off then, I answered, feeling very troubled. Ro and I spent more than an hour bent over the lawn like chickens looking for bits of corn. We glanced at the 40 bags that now seemed like huge wedding ring-eating elephants. We'll have to look through the bags, Ro announced. We can't take them to the dump today. Let's have supper and worry about it tomorrow, I suggested. Deep down, we were concerned and growing more so. Maybe the ring wouldn't turn up in the bags. The next day was even colder, and the bitter chill spilled into the next week and month. We kept saying, tomorrow we'll go through the bags. Life can be like that, tugging us away from what's important. After 3 months, the bags were under a foot of snow. One afternoon, when I was still in school, Ro decided to search for the ring. She lifted the first bag and dragged it across the snow and onto the porch at the side of the house. She opened the bag. Leaves left inside a plastic garbage bag for 3 months rot. They smell. They turn into a wad of ooze. Ro now picked up a clump of fermenting leaves and sprinkled them around her to sift through the mess. Pebbles, acorns, and sticks bounced against the wood floor. Each time something fell from her hands, she thought, perhaps the ring. No ring. Ro continued her search. Bag number 2. No luck. Bag number 3. No luck. Then after she had jiggled the leaves again and again in bag number 4, my wedding ring miraculously popped onto the floor before her startled gaze. When I came home from work that evening, Ro didn't tell me at first. She simply asked how my day had gone. I asked about hers. We spoke. We laughed. not until we were preparing dinner together did I finally notice she was wearing an extra ring on her finger. "You found it!" I shouted. "I can't believe it." Rose took my hand in hers and whispered, "With this ring I thee wed," and she once again slipped it onto my finger, this gold that had now touched gold.